I found out my therapist was writing a best-selling novel based on my trauma. The main character even had my dead daughter's name. Dr. Patricia Chen has been my lifeline for 3 years. Emma drowned in the swimming pool in my backyard while I was on a work call. Patricia was the only reason I didn't follow my daughter into the darkness every Thursday at 4 p.m. I would so be in her beige office, untying the sense of guilt that bound me. She will nod, take notes, offer tissues and wisdom. Healing is not linear, Grace, she would say. Be patient with yourself. I thought I was recovering, until my reading club picked out this month's book, P.C. Matthews' When the Water Call. The cover shows a child's hand stretching out from the blue water. I felt sick, but I still bought it. Sometimes facing triggers can be helpful. Right wrong. On the first page, Melody blames herself for little Emma's death. I dropped the book. Emma, my Emma. I have cried for this name thousands of times during psychotherapy. I continued reading, my hands trembling. Every detail is there. The yellow dress Emma is wearing. My boss called for work and asked me to get a promotion. I found her floating face down with her hair spread out like seaweed. Festival came too late. But this is even worse than my story. The author added a disgusting plot twist. In the book, Melody has always been having an affair. She deliberately ignored her daughter. Drowning is not an accident but a near-murder negligence. My trauma was rewritten into a thriller, a bestseller with my pain as its plot. The author's photo was blurry, but I recognized his office. That beige wall. These certificates. Matthews, Patricia Chan Matthews. I questioned her during the next treatment and threw the book on her desk. How could you do this? She didn't even back down. Grace, you are projecting. This is fictional. Emma's dress is yellow. You dyed her dress yellow. You dyed her dress yellow. Yellow is a common color for children's clothing. Promotional call in the pool. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, all there. She leaned back. The calmness of a therapist that I once found comforting now felt like the patience of a predator. Many parents' children drowned. Many people blame themselves. These are all common themes. You used her name. Emma is one of the most popular names in the United States. You saw a non-existent pattern. This kind of paranoia worries me. Have you taken your medicine? Gas lamp. My psychologist illuminated me with a gas lamp. I recorded our next session. It's illegal in our state, but I don't care. I mentioned the false details about Emma. How much she likes purple. She hates it. How afraid she was of dogs. She begged for a puppy when she was 7 years old. She was 4. 2 weeks later, P.C. Matthews announced her sequel. In the excerpt she posted online, little Emma, who is 7 years old and wearing purple clothes, was frightened by her neighbor's dog. I hired a lawyer. It has been proven that the privilege of confidentiality between therapists and patients does not include stealing others' life stories for personal gain. We summoned her notes. The 3 years of meetings were all held there, and her draft on which it was written that she changed her name but kept everything else. But what shocked me the most was that she had the files of dozens of patients. We are all characters in her novels. This veteran became her petty thriller. Abusing the survivors turned into her dark romance. Her sorrowful mother became a psychological suspense for her. She built a literary empire on our tears. 5 bestsellers, the transaction of films, the right to translate, dig out millions of dollars from our traumas. During the trial, she said, I gave them a painful purpose. I helped them live forever through art. I won $3.2 million US. Her driver's license was revoked. The publisher removed all her books, but there was one thing she was right about. Our pain will always exist. In an old bookstore, it's in stock. Countless readers were thrilled by the tragedy we feigned. Last week, I discovered a fan fiction website. Angries of stories all revolve around when the Water Cow's people brought Melody and the detective here together. Imagine Emma survived. It created an alternating ending where the mother saved her. They had no idea that they were making a joke about the death of my own daughter. For them, this is just fictional. Patricia was imprisoned for violating the secrecy law, but our treatment, our secret, our crying, they were still outside dressed up for entertainment. What she stole was not just our story. She stole our right to mourn privately. Some violations are irreparable. They were just adapted into films.